What up, y'all? This is Antonio here at Minecraft headquarters, and today do I have something special to show you guys. This is my very first of many products that I'm going to be making. This is actually my very first cutting board design that I came up with. I hope you guys are really going to like it, and today I'm going to show you guys how I made it. But before we start making this thing, I have a special announcement for you guys. I did it, guys. I finally did it. I bit the bullet. I finally made my business legitimate. I formalized the business, and now Minecraft is an official business. That's right, I'm talking about Minecraft LLC, baby. I also went and made my first big purchase of exotic woods. Now, I've been a woodworker for a very long time, and the entire time I have always worked with woods like pine, Douglas fir, and red oak. But now I have some legitimate good woods in stock. Come check it out. Yep. We have some beautiful woods here in stock. Now I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown. If you guys haven't guessed already, this one is Purple Heart. It's a little bit more purple here up top because I was testing it out with a heat gun. For those of you who may not know, you can turn Purple Heart a darker purple by hitting it with heat. So I was testing that out. The wood directly behind it is a rough cut African mahogany, kind of almost like an orangish brown kind of look. Here we have some walnut, which I just planed down yesterday. Below it is another walnut. This one, the red one, is called Padauk, and the bright one is maple. Another special feature about this Purple Heart is it also has curly grain in it, which kind of gives it this real silky shine to it, and I think it makes it beautiful. And what I'm going to be doing with these is we are going to be making some boards. I haven't landed on a specific design yet, but we're going to start off by planing down some wood here. The only piece I really need to plane down is the African mahogany, so let's get to it. Now, we do have a bit of an issue here because the African mahogany piece I have is about, I think it's either 10 or 12 feet, and the distance between the planer and the back wall there is only about 10 feet. So I don't know if it's gonna fit or not. Let's test her out and find out. All right, and it looks like based on my calculations here, it's barely not long enough. So we're gonna have to push the planer back some. Now I do have some fresh blades in this planer. I'm using a $600 helical head that I got from China. That thing is amazing, by the way. And check this out. Holy cow. That is an incredible finish. No sanding required because it's already good looking. Now there are a couple spots here I could plane down some more, but that is no worry because once we turn these into boards, we're gonna send them through the planer again anyway. All right, baby, let's take a look at some dust here. Oh yeah, she's full, all right. Look at that. There was some dust in here prior. Let's go ahead and dump her. Let's go ahead and start filling this one. Got some pine and Purple Heart in there. I don't want to throw too much dust in the air. Different colored sawdust. It just looks really cool to me. Look at that. Now we can get to making our very first board. Now, because I do not quite yet have a design or specific sizings in place yet, we're not going to make them to batch out just yet. As you can see behind me, we have a piece of walnut. What we're going to do with the walnut is we're going to clean up the ends here. We're going to cut it to a specific size. All right, we chopped out that little nasty end right there. Basically, we're going to start off with one board before we decide to batch out a whole bunch of the same design, because I want to make sure that people are going to like it, that I'm going to like it, and that it's going to sell. Now I have a 20-inch long piece of each of the colors that I want to use for this board. For the next step, we're going to send one side through the joiner so we can prep them to rip long ways. Alright, now we want this flat side up against the fence so that it slides through nice and smooth. So after cutting out all of my strips and spending quite a bit of time doing some mixing and matching, this is the design I came up with. But honestly, I wasn't really feeling it. I just felt like I could do better than this. So basically what I did was I thought to myself, if I'm going to put a product out into the world, I want to offer people the highest quality product that I can possibly produce. So I went back to the drawing board and I decided to remove this middle piece and replace it with a thinner piece of Purple Heart and add in 2 thinner strips of maple, and I feel way better with this design than originally. So for the next step, we're going to do a glue up on this and send it through the planer. Alright, she is ready. We can take the clamps back off, and now we can send her through the planer one last time. Alright, baby, and there we have it. A beautifully finished cutting board. And by finished, I just mean that it's plain down. Now you may notice that the Purple Heart in the middle doesn't look purple anymore. That's just because I shaved off the top layer, but that is not a problem. All we have to do is either let it sit in the sun or we can hit it with a heat gun and that'll bring the purple right back. Also, another thing to note is that because I have a badass helical head in this planer, it's a $600 helical head I ordered online. There is no sanding required. It is already a super beautiful fine finish. Alright, I am so excited right now because I've literally spent the entire day working on making this juice groove cutting jig. Now you guys get to watch me test it out for the very first time. Let's get to it. Damn, I knew that was going to be dusty, but that was insane. I'm really going to have to figure out a way to collect dust while cutting this. Alright, check that out. This board is looking absolutely gorgeous. I love it. But we got one final step before we can call it finished. We're over here at the router table and I have a, what do you call it? What is it called? I have a beveled edge router bit that we're going to be using to cut a very small flat side on these corners. And the reason is you don't want these sharp corners, you know, digging into your skin whenever you're handling it. So we're going to get rid of that. And it also adds a little bit of aesthetics to the board. In my opinion, I think it's going to look even more beautiful. So let's get to it. Alright, so we put a slight bevel on the edge, but before we do the end sides or the end grain, I'm actually going to put a piece of tape right on the ends here. But the idea is this is going to help prevent some of that tear out you get whenever you cut or you router the edges here. And that actually looks like it worked beautifully. That worked exactly as intended, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, there we go. You'll notice we do have a few marks here from the plate, which is no problem. All we have to do is give this a very light sand down and she'll be good to go. Alright, I have here a brand new piece of 400 grit sandpaper from Diablo. I'm gonna slap that right onto our orbital palm sander. I'm gonna put this on a lower setting. I like to do either 1 to 3, anywhere around there. I'm gonna put it on 2, or actually, I'm just gonna put it on 1 for now. And those marks are gone. But just so the rest of the board has the same smoothness as that spot we hit, I'm just gonna hit the whole board real quick. And it's that simple. It may look a little dusty, but once you wipe it down and put some oil on it, this is gonna look like a brand spanking new board, because it is. Also, sometimes here in the juice grooves, they feel a little bit gritty, so I like to give that a little bit of a sand down. You could just use your finger right into that groove to take it down real nice. You don't really have to hit it that hard. Just go through it a few times and it should be good. And that right there is perfect. All right, now this tends to be a lot of people's favorite part of the process. So I came outside to get a beautiful shot of wood. Here we have some Howard cutting board oil. You can get this at pretty much any Home Depot or Lowe's, which is also, this product is also food safe for anybody who might be wondering. I like to use a brand new set of gloves whenever I do this. Now there's no wrong way of getting the oil on the board. I like to just put a little bit on there and spread it with your hands. That's why I'm using the gloves. And just watch it come to life. Now we have it all covered in oil. It is looking wonderful. We're gonna let it dry out for a good while. So I got a couple of pieces of wood here. We're just gonna set it down right on there and let her dry out. That's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, I'm going to be coming out with some more designs. This is the first of many, so if you guys are interested in buying a board, my website is open. I'll leave a link in the description. It's going to be mycraft@mycraftsmanship.com. Or if you just like to support the business, I will leave some donation links in the description. I am a brand new business, so I appreciate every bit of support from you guys. And I think that's it for now, so we'll call it done and have an awesome day.